It's still spring here, a time when showers are saturating the soil, packing moisture in deep, so the plants will be able to grow even in the hot, dry summer months to come. So it's an odd time to be thinking about Christmas, but I want to settle an old debt there. I have a bone to pick with a classic celebrated Christmas character, and I've let it go for years. Now seems as good a time to resolve it as any. It's not the Grinch, the modern cartoonish update on Scrooge. Both of those fellows are fine with me. Anyone who objects to the gross, bloated, commercial flatulence that Christmas has become is, to me, nothing but a pillar of common sense. And it's not the kid in the Christmas shoes song either. All you have to do to straighten him out is add the missing stanza at the end, in which it's revealed that the shoe salesman is the kid's father, and the kid gets the shoes, thanks the kindly customer behind him, he leaves the store, then comes back and returns the shoes to his dad several times each day, and in this way they can clear as much as $20,000, tax-free of course, on that single pair of shoes in a good season. So it really is a kind of holiday miracle. The little drummer boy isn't a problem. If that racket he's making is starting to get to you, all you have to do is take his drum away and tell him to practice on a pillow. Or give him a video game. He'll be all right, and you can have your peace and quiet, two wonderful, all too rare Christmas gifts. No, the Christmas character I want to talk about is good old Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And it's not his red nose lighting the way through the nighttime sky like a lantern or a laser that troubles me. If you've already got Santa in a flying sleigh full of presents for all the boys and girls in the world, shoot, a reindeer with a nose lamp makes perfect sense to me. No, it's the treatment of Rudolph that bothers me, as well as his subsequent behavior. He's got this shiny nose, let's face it, he's a mutant reindeer with superpowers, and the other reindeer react to this, of course, by laughing at him and calling him names. If the adults get involved, Rudolph will most likely be burned at the stake. But then, on one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa steps in with a brilliant idea. Rudolph, with his searchlight of a schnoz, can be the lead reindeer on the sleigh, which will be able to make its deliveries despite the miserable flying conditions, thus effectively saving Christmas. And then, in one of the greatest turnarounds in recorded time, we have the line, "Then how the reindeer loved him." And while they're shouting out with glee, I hope that it's not too crusty to suggest that Rudolph tell them where they can stick it, refuse the job, and let Santa and his helpers figure it out for themselves. Then how the reindeer loved him. I do understand about mercy and forgiveness and all of that, but here they've been mocking Rudolph for years, tearing him up, and suddenly, now that they can't get along without him, he's a superstar and they love him and he's all right with that. Well, I'm not. I don't buy it. I say Rudolph and the other reindeer have issues and they're not going to be smoothed over in one foggy Christmas Eve. They go much deeper than that, and Santa is largely to blame for never stepping in and telling them to knock it off. I suppose it's okay to think that Rudolph swallows it for all the boys and girls, but even that is a stretch. Rudolph is like Jesus, dying for our sins. Then how the reindeer loved him. That's bullshit. That's not love. Don't fall for that, Rudolph. That's not love. They're just using you. Rudolph is elevated to lead reindeer and makes the flight. That's the story. Okay. That being the case, I hope his agent got him a huge signing bonus with all kinds of performance clauses, because that's the only way I can see him agreeing to do this.